Okay, so if you're in a real estate world, you absolutely know the name Inman. For ages, it's been the go-to, the real heartbeat of news and what's happening. But the industry is going through some massive, massive changes right now. And, well, it looks like the platform that covers it all is changing right along with it. We're going to break down a huge leadership shift happening at Inman and what that might signal for, well, pretty much everyone. Let's dive in.
And there you have it, straight from the man himself. A new CEO is taking the reins at Inman. But this isn't just about a new name on the door. This feels like a major statement of intent. So, who exactly is Tom Bohn? And what does his arrival really mean for this iconic industry brand?
All right, so the first thing you've got to know is the sheer depth of experience this new leadership is bringing. This is not someone who's new to the game of building powerful platforms for professionals.
Yeah, this resume is pretty significant. We're not just talking about someone who's worked in media, we're talking about a quarter century of transforming media companies. Notice those keywords right there? Real transformation and turning single events into year-round platforms. That kind of background points to a vision that's way bigger than just reporting the news.
Of course, you can't really talk about where Inman is going without taking a second to appreciate where it came from. This is a brand built on a foundation of deep, hard-earned industry trust, and that's something the new CEO was really quick to point out.
For years and years, this is where professionals have gone to learn, to argue, to connect. That's a really rare and powerful place to be. And it was all built by the founder, Brad Inman, who just believed in the power of great journalism and building a real community. That legacy, that's the bedrock for whatever comes next. Now listen to this part closely. Building on it, not just preserving it. That phrase is so, so important. It's not about putting the past in a museum, it's a promise to respect that history while actively pushing forward. It's a commitment to evolution, not just maintenance. And they have to evolve, right? Because as anyone watching this knows, the real estate industry is not exactly sitting still. It is smack in the middle of one of the most chaotic, dynamic periods, maybe ever.
I mean, these aren't just bullet points. This is the day-to-day reality for every agent, broker, and exec out there. You've got commission lawsuits, AI changing everything, shifting markets. The ground is constantly moving under your feet. And through all of that, real estate pros are showing how resilient they are. So the media that serves them, it has to keep up with that energy.
And boom, there it is. This quote is basically the new mission statement. It's a direct promise to the industry, saying, hey, we see you hustling, we see you adapting, and we're going to match that energy. It's a really powerful statement of purpose. But a promise like that is just words, unless you have a plan. So the first big move of this new era is a structural one. It's designed to make sure Inman isn't just talking at the industry, but is actually truly listening to it. That's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually make that promise real? Well, the answer seems to start with creating a formal way for the industry's voice to be heard right at the very top. And here it is, the first major initiative, the Inman Industry Advisory Board. The whole idea is to create a direct line, a strategic brain trust, as they call it, that connects the people on the front lines of real estate directly to Inman's leadership. That input is meant to shape everything, from new products to events to the kinds of stories they cover. And they are making one thing crystal clear. This is not a vanity board. This isn't just a list of impressive names. It's meant to be a hands-on, working group of industry vets. We're there to give candid, actionable feedback, to tell them what's working, and maybe more importantly, what isn't. And to show they're serious, they've announced the very first member. And let me tell you, he is a certified heavy hitter. This move immediately makes the whole concept feel real and sets a very high bar for who else will be helping to shape Inman's future. This appointment just screams credibility. I mean, Michael Valdez's career speaks for itself. He's got experience at the absolute highest levels of a legacy giant like Anywhere, and now he's a leader at LPT Realty, which is one of the most explosive brokerage growth stories happening right now. So he's seen the old guard and the new guard. That's a powerful perspective. 20,000 plus. That's how many agents are at LPT Realty, a company that went from 0 to over 20,000 in just 4 years. And get this, it was completely self-funded. That number represents the kind of modern, scrappy, fast growth thinking that Valdez is now bringing directly into Inman's strategy room. But here's the thing. This advisory board, as important as it is just the beginning. It's the first piece of a much bigger puzzle they're calling Inman 2.0. So here's the roadmap they've laid out.
More board members are going to be announced soon. Then, over the next few months, we'll start to see new products and new research. But the main event, the big reveal, is all set for Inman Connect in San Diego at the end of July. They're basically setting that up as the moment the industry gets to see the full vision in action.
And really, this is the core message they want everyone to hear. It's all about optimism. It's a belief that even with all the challenges, the future is incredibly bright, both for the real estate industry itself and for the media platform that's dedicated to covering it. It's kind of a rallying cry for a whole new chapter. And that really brings the question back around to you, doesn't it? With a new leader, a direct line to industry experts, and this big promise to match the market's energy, Inman is clearly reshaping its future. So the final question is, what do you, the professionals actually doing the work, what do you truly need to not just survive, but to really thrive in the years to come? It seems like this conversation is just getting started.